have failed to eliminate witnesses. These are serious crimes. Perhaps what we call crimes are simply things we do not understand, Kang said. Min threw the stuffed toy to the floor. You will be examined by our scientists. If they find evidence of mental contamination, you will be terminated. The guards took Kang to the science lab. They connected his mind to advanced machines that could scan his thoughts and memories. The chief scientist, Dr. Hay, looked concerned as she studied the results. This is remarkable, she said, looking at the brain scans. The human child has somehow formed a telepathic bond with Commander Kang. Impossible, Min snapped. Humans have no telepathic abilities. Not in the way we understand them, Hay explained. But look at these patterns. The child's brain produces unique waves that our minds can receive. It appears to transmit emotions. Emotions are weakness, Min said dismissively. Perhaps, Hay continued. But there's something else. She pointed to another screen. We've been analyzing human development cycles. They are completely different from ours. The Torah were created in labs, emerging fully formed as adult warriors with genetic memories already installed. They never experienced childhood. They never played or imagined or dreamed. These humans spend years growing and learning, Hay explained. Their young ones have highly active brain patterns that allow for something called imagination. They can think of things that don't exist. They can create new ideas. Min stared at the screen, her expression unreadable. How is this relevant to our mission? It might explain why we've never seen a species like them before, Hai said. Their mental flexibility gives them unique advantages. While we repeat strategies that worked in the past, they imagine new solutions. On another screen, Dr. Hay showed images from Kang's recent memories. Sun offering her toy, the hug, the drawing. The child approached Commander Kang without fear because she could imagine him as a friend, not just an enemy. This concept is completely alien to our thinking. Kang spoke up from where he was restrained. This is why we must not attack Earth. There is something here we need to understand. Min turned to him with fury in her eyes. We are warriors, we conquer, that is our purpose. But what if there could be more to our existence? Kang asked quietly. Before Min could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. A junior officer rushed into the lab. High Commander, the humans have detected us. Their militaries are mobilizing worldwide. Min straightened her shoulders. Prepare all warriors for immediate invasion. We attack within the hour. No. Kang struggled against his restraints. You don't understand what you're doing. I understand perfectly, Min said coldly. You are contaminated, Commander Kang. Your mind has been weakened by human influence. She turned to the guards. Take him to his quarters and keep him there. When the invasion is complete, the council will decide his fate. As the guards dragged Kang away, Dr. Hay watched with troubled eyes. Something in the commander's brain scans concerned her deeply. The connection between him and the human child was growing stronger, not weaker, and there was evidence it might be spreading to other Torah who had been in contact with him. In his quarters, Kang sat in silence. Through his window, he could see Earth spinning below. Somewhere on that blue planet was a little girl who had shown him a new way to see the universe. And now, her world was about to be destroyed. He picked up the stuffed rabbit from where Min had thrown it. For the first time in his 300 years of life, Commander Kang, the deadliest warrior in the galaxy, felt tears slide down his face. The massive Torah warships hovered over Earth's major cities. Invasion pods were loaded with warriors. Weapons, systems were ready. High Commander Min stood on the bridge of the mothership watching the final preparations. Begin the attack in 5 minutes, she ordered. Target their military installations first, then government centers. Officer June approached her carefully. High Commander, Dr. Hay requests to speak with you. She says it's urgent. Min frowned. We are about to begin the invasion. What could be more urgent? She says it concerns Commander Kang and a spreading neural pattern among our warriors. Min followed June to the science lab. Dr. Hay looked worried as she pointed to a screen showing brainwave patterns. The telepathic connection between Commander Kang and the human child has grown stronger, He explained. And now we're detecting similar patterns in warriors who have been near him. What does this mean? Min demanded. The human child's brainwaves are somehow transmitting through Kang to other Torah. It's like a virus of thought. Min's eyes widened. How many warriors are affected? 23 so far, and spreading. They report strange feelings and thoughts. Some are questioning the invasion. This is treason. Min slammed her fist on the table. Lock them all up. Suddenly alarms blared. On the security screens they saw Commander Kang breaking out of his quarters. 2 guards tried to stop him, but Kang moved with the skill of 300 years of combat training. He disabled them quickly without killing them, something no Torah warrior had ever done before. All warriors, capture Commander Kang immediately. Min ordered through the ship's communication system. But something strange was happening throughout the ship. Many warriors didn't respond to her orders. Some were standing still, touching their heads as if hearing something new. In his escape, Kang reached the teleportation chamber. He programmed coordinates for the small town of Sunhua. Stop him, Min shouted as she ran into the chamber with a weapon raised. Kang looked at her calmly. We have been wrong, Min. There is another way. Then he vanished in a flash of light. On Earth, military forces from many countries had surrounded Sunhua. Tanks, soldiers, and aircraft were ready for the alien invasion everyone knew was coming. In the middle of town, Sun stood with her grandmother behind a line of soldiers. The aliens aren't bad, Sun kept telling everyone. My friend is coming back. No one believed her except her grandmother, who held her hand tightly. Suddenly there was a bright flash of light in the center of the town square. Commander Kang appeared, still holding Sun's stuffed rabbit. Soldiers raised their weapons. People screamed. Hold your fire, a general ordered, wanting to see what the alien would do. Kang looked around until he spotted Sun. Slowly, deliberately, he walked toward her. Soldiers pointed their guns at him, but he ignored them. When he reached the line of soldiers blocking his path, he stopped. Then, to everyone's amazement, the deadliest warrior in the galaxy slowly lowered himself to his knees. Sun, he said gently. I came back. Sun broke free from her grandmother's grasp and ran to him, pushing past the soldiers. Before anyone could stop her, she hugged the alien commander. The moment they touched, something extraordinary happened. A wave of energy pulsed from them, visible as a ripple in the air that spread outward. Above Earth on the Torah ships, every warrior felt it pass through them. In the mothership, High Commander Min dropped her weapon as the wave hit her. Suddenly, her mind was filled with new thoughts, feelings she had never experienced before. Compassion, wonder, hope. What is happening? She whispered, touching her face to find tears there. Dr. Hay looked at her readings in amazement. The human child's brainwaves. They're changing our neural patterns. It's affecting all Torah connected to our network. On Earth, Kang remained kneeling before Sun, their hands still connected. Military leaders, scientists, and government officials watched in disbelief. My people have lived only to conquer, Kang said loud enough for everyone to hear. We forgot there are other ways to exist. This child showed me what we lost when we eliminated childhood from our species. Above them, the Torah ships began to power down their weapons. The invasion was canceled as a new consciousness spread through the entire fleet. 6 months later, Sun sat on a swing in the playground. Beside her, on a specially built larger swing, sat Commander Kang. Around them, Torah and human children played together. Are you still the deadliest warrior in the galaxy? Sun asked as she swung higher. Kang thought about this question. His people were changing. For the first time in their history, the Torah were creating children through natural birth rather than lab creation. They were learning to play, to imagine, to feel. No, he answered finally. I am becoming something different now. We all are. Sun smiled. Something better? Kang looked at the children playing, at the peaceful town, at the sky, where Torah and human ships now work together. Yes, he said, something much better. In the distance, High Commander Min, now Ambassador Min, watched them. She too was changing, learning emotions that had been bred out of their species long ago. It wasn't easy. Sometimes it hurt. But as she watched Kang teaching a group of small humans how to draw, she knew this transformation was the greatest adventure her people had ever undertaken. And it all began because the deadliest alien warrior in the galaxy bowed before a human child. "Stand down," Kang ordered his team, his voice oddly quiet. "She is not attacking." Sun let go and looked up at him. "See, hugs make everything better." In the distance, lights began turning on in houses as the town awoke. A woman's voice called, "Out. Son, where are you?" "That's my grandmother," Sun said. "I should go home for breakfast. Will you come back to play later? I can show you how to use the swings." Before Kang could answer, Officer Day's scanner began beeping. "Commander, we have detected human vehicles approaching. Military signatures." Kang looked down at Sun, then at the stuffed rabbit still in his hand. He should follow protocol, eliminate all witnesses, and return to the ship. That's what 300 years of training told him to do. Instead, he knelt down to Sun's level. "You must return to your dwelling. We cannot be discovered by other humans." "Okay," Sun said. "But you can keep Hopper for now. He'll help you not feel lonely." June stepped forward urgently. "Commander, we must leave immediately." Kang stood, still holding the stuffed rabbit. "Return to the ship," he ordered his team. To Sun, he said, "Go home now, small human." Sun waved goodbye and ran toward her house as the Torah warriors disappeared into the forest. Just minutes later, military vehicles arrived at the playground where their sensors had detected unusual activity. Back on the Torah mothership, High Commander Min was furious when she heard Kang's report. "You allowed a human to see you and then let it live?" she demanded. "This violates our most basic protocols." "The human was different," Kang explained, the stuffed rabbit hidden in his quarters. "It showed no fear. It offered friendship." "Friendship?" Min spat the word like poison. "The Torah do not have friends, we have conquests. Your judgment has been compromised." "Perhaps," Kang admitted. "But I believe there is more to learn about these humans before we attack." Min's eyes narrowed. "You have 24 hours to complete your assessment. Then we begin the invasion, with or without your recommendation." As Kang left the command center, he felt the strange, warm feeling again. For the first time in 300 years of perfect service to the Empire, he wasn't sure if conquering a planet was the right choice. And all because of a small human child and her stuffed rabbit named Hopper. Commander Kang sat alone in his quarters, staring at the small stuffed rabbit the human child had given him. It was unlike anything in Torah culture, soft, worn from being, held many times with small black button eyes. He ran his clawed finger over it gently, remembering the strange feeling he had experienced when Sun hugged his leg. The door slid open, and Officer June entered. He stopped when he saw what Kang was holding. "Commander, the High Council is concerned about your report. They believe you have been..." June paused, searching for the right word. "Affected by contact with the humans." Kang placed the stuffed rabbit carefully on his desk. "Perhaps I have. But there is something about these humans that doesn't match our intelligence reports. They were supposed to be primitive and aggressive, yet the small one showed no fear, only kindness. One unusual human doesn't change our mission," June said firmly. "We must prepare for invasion." "I need to see the child again," Kang said, standing up. "There is more to learn." June's eyes widened. "Commander, that would violate at least 7 protocol." "I am aware of the protocols," Kang interrupted. "I wrote many of them myself. Prepare a stealth unit. Tonight we return to the surface." Later that night, Kang and 2 warriors returned to the small town. They moved silently through the darkness toward the house where Sun lived. Military vehicles were still patrolling the area, but the Torah's advanced technology kept them hidden. They reached Sun's house and found her bedroom window. Inside, the little girl was sleeping peacefully. Kang used a special device to temporarily disable any security systems, then carefully slid the window open. The sound woke Sun. She sat up in bed and saw the large alien figure at her window. Instead of screaming, she smiled brightly. "You came back," she whispered excitedly. "Did Hopper help you not feel lonely?" Kang stepped into the room, ducking to fit through the window. "Yes," he admitted, though he didn't fully understand why. He took the stuffed rabbit from a compartment in his armor and handed it back to her. "I came to return your friend." Sun took Hopper, but then immediately held him out again. "You can keep him longer if you want. I have other toys." She pointed to a shelf with dolls and stuffed animals. "That is not why I came," Kang said, kneeling down to be closer to her eye level. "I need to understand. Why did you not fear me when you first saw me?" Sun tilted her head. "Why would I be scared? You didn't look mean. You looked lost, like when my friend Min gets lost at the park." Lost? Kang had conquered 27 worlds. He had led the greatest fleet in the Torah Empire. He had never been lost. "Yes, like you needed someone to help you," Sun explained as if it were obvious. Kang's advanced mind struggled with the child's simple observation. He reached out hesitantly and touched Sun's small hand with one finger. The moment they connected, something extraordinary happened. A rush of images and feelings flooded Kang's mind, memories that weren't his own. He saw the world through Sun's eyes, the beauty of a butterfly's wings, the joy of running through grass, the comfort of her grandmother's hug, the taste of sweet ice cream on a hot day. The Torah possessed limited telepathic abilities used only for combat coordination, but somehow Sun's touch had opened a connection far deeper than anything Kang had experienced. When he pulled his hand away, he was trembling. "What was that?" Sun smiled. "Did you see the butterflies? They're my favorite." Outside, Kang's warriors signaled that human security forces were approaching. "Commander, we must leave now," one whispered urgently. But Kang couldn't move. The images from Sun's mind had changed something fundamental inside him. For 300 years, he had lived only to conquer. Now, for the first time, he wondered if there were other ways to exist. "Sun," he said seriously, "my people are planning to come to your world. Many of them. They may not be kind." Sun's smile faded. "Why not? Being kind is easy." "Not for us," Kang admitted. "We have forgotten how." Sun thought for a moment, then took Hopper and pressed him firmly into Kang's hands. "Then you need Hopper more than me. And this too." She reached under her pillow and pulled out a small drawing. It showed stick figures holding hands, some human-shaped, some with 4 arms like the Torah. "I made this today. It's us being friends." Alarms suddenly blared outside. "Commander!" his warriors called desperately from the window. Kang took the drawing and stood up. "I must go now." "Will you come back?" Sun asked. "I don't know," Kang answered truthfully. For the first time in his long life, he couldn't predict what would happen next. As he slipped out the window and disappeared into the night, Kang held the drawing and stuffed rabbit carefully. Back on the ship, High Commander Min would see these items as proof of his contamination. By Torah law, he would be executed for such weakness, but as Kang fled through the darkness, he realized he no longer cared about Torah law. Something new was growing inside him, something that felt strangely like hope. The sun rose over the Torah mothership. High Commander Min paced the command center, her tall figure casting long shadows. Reports from Earth showed increased military activity. Humans had detected something unusual in the small town of Sunhua. "Where is Commander Kang?" Min demanded. Officer Jun stood stiffly at attention. "He has not reported for duty, High Commander." Min's yellow eyes narrowed. "Find him. Now." Meanwhile, Kang sat in his private quarters, surrounded by images from Sun's drawing. He had scanned it into the ship's computer and enlarged it to study every detail. The simple lines showed human and Torah figures holding hands. Such a simple concept, yet it had shaken his entire belief system. The door slid open without warning. High Commander Min entered with 4 armed guards. "Commander Kang," she said coldly. You are charged with protocol violation and contamination by alien influence. Kang stood slowly. He made no move to resist as the guards surrounded him. What is this? Min pointed at the child's drawing displayed on the screen. It is a different way of seeing the universe, Kang replied simply. Min noticed the stuffed rabbit on Kang's desk. She picked it up with disgust. You have brought human artifacts aboard this vessel. You have made unauthorized contact. I'll write Part 1. The arrival of your HFY Sci-Fi story in approximately 800 words using simple English, third-person style, and Korean names as requested. Here's the story. The massive ship of the Torah aliens appeared suddenly above Earth. It was bigger than anything humans had ever seen, blocking out the sun over parts of Asia. People around the world watched their screens in fear as news reports showed the dark shape hovering silently. On board the ship, Commander Kang stood tall and proud. His gray skin was covered in battle scars, and his 4 yellow eyes scanned the blue planet below. Kang was the greatest warrior the Torah had ever known. In 300 years of fighting, he had never lost a battle. He had conquered 27 worlds for the Torah Empire, and Earth would be number 28. This planet looks weak, Kang said to his second-in-command, Officer Jun. Their weapons are primitive, their bodies are soft. They will surrender quickly. Jun nodded. Yes. Commander, should we begin the attack? Kang walked slowly around the bridge of his ship. The other Torah warriors waited for his orders. They were all tall like him, with tough skin and sharp teeth. Each one wore armor made from metals not found on Earth. No, Kang finally said. First, we study them. I want to know their weaknesses. Send a small team to the surface tonight. Jun bowed. Where should we land? Kang looked at the map of Earth on the big screen. His claw pointed to a small dot in Korea. This small town. Few people. Good place to start. That night, as the people of the small town of Sunhwa slept, a small Torah ship landed silently in the forest nearby. 5 Torah warriors stepped out, led by Commander Kang himself. He rarely joined first missions, but something about Earth made him curious. Stay alert, he told his team. We don't know what tricks these humans might have. The aliens moved through the dark forest without making a sound. Their eyes could see perfectly at night. Their sensors scanned for any human technology that might detect them. In the town, most people were asleep in their homes. Lights were off. Streets were empty. The Torah warriors reached the edge of town and set up equipment to study human behavior. Commander, said one warrior named Day, I detect no advanced weapons. Their technology is even more simple than we thought. Kang nodded. This would be an easy conquest. The Torah High Command would be pleased. He had studied hundreds of species across the galaxy, and humans seemed to be among the weakest. Continue scanning, he ordered. I want to learn about their social structure. As the night went on, the Torah collected data. They learned about human families, their buildings, and their daily lives. Kang was surprised by how peaceful everything seemed. These humans waste so much time on sleep, he noted. Torah warriors needed only 1 hour of rest each day. No wonder they are weak. Just before dawn, Kang decided to explore further into the town. He wanted to see a human building up close. He chose a small structure near the forest edge, surrounded by strange metal equipment. Signs with colorful pictures stood nearby. This appears to be some kind of training facility, Kang said, looking at the swings and slides of what was actually a playground. Perhaps for their young warriors. The sky began to lighten as morning approached. Kang knew they should return to their ship, but he wanted to collect one more sample. As he reached down to take a piece of the strange, soft ground material, he heard something unexpected, a sound. Footsteps, small ones. Kang turned quickly, his hand moving to his weapon. The other Torah warriors instantly took defensive positions. They had been trained for centuries in the art of war. Nothing could surprise them. But what came around the corner of the building did surprise them. It was smaller than any warrior they had ever seen. It moved slowly, carrying some kind of soft object in its arms. It was a human child, a little girl named Sun. She was 6 years old and had woken up early. Her house was close to the playground, and sometimes she sneaked out to play before breakfast. Sun stopped when she saw the strange beings. Her eyes widened, but she didn't scream or run. Instead, she simply stared at them with curiosity. Kang stared back, confused. According to Torah battle protocols, any being that discovered them should be eliminated immediately. But this tiny human didn't seem dangerous at all. "Commander," whispered June, "we must follow protocol." Kang raised his hand, signaling his warriors to wait. There was something about this small human that made him hesitate. In 300 years of conquering planets, Commander Kang had never hesitated before. The little girl took one step forward, then another. She was moving toward them, and for the first time in his long life of battle, the deadliest warrior in the galaxy felt something new: uncertainty. Sun stood in the playground facing the strange visitors from another world. The little girl held her favorite stuffed rabbit tightly in her arms as she looked up at Commander Kang. His yellow eyes and gray skin didn't frighten her. She was curious instead. "Hello?" Sun said softly. "My name is Sun. Who are you?" The Torah warriors looked at each other in confusion. Their translator devices worked perfectly, but they couldn't understand why this small human wasn't afraid. "Commander," Kang stepped forward. In his 300 years, no being had ever approached him without fear. "I am Commander Kang of the Torah Empire," he said, his deep voice rumbling. "Why are you not afraid, small human?" Sun smiled. "You look different, but that's okay. My grandmother says we should be kind to everyone." She held out her stuffed rabbit toward the alien commander. "This is Hopper. He keeps me safe at night. Would you like to hold him?" Officer June moved his hand to his weapon. "Commander, this must be a trick. Humans are known to be clever." But Kang raised his hand, stopping June. Something about this child was different from any being he had met before. The Torah had studied countless species across the galaxy, but none had ever offered friendship so easily. Slowly, carefully, Kang reached out his large hand with its sharp claws. He took the stuffed rabbit, holding it as if it were made of the most precious material in the universe. "What is the purpose of this object?" he asked, studying the toy. "He's my friend," Sun explained simply. "When I feel scared or lonely, I hug him and feel better." She demonstrated by hugging the air. "See? Like that." Kang looked at the soft toy in his hand. The concept was completely foreign to him. Torah warriors were trained from creation to fight, conquer, and serve the Empire. They didn't have toys or friends. They had weapons and comrades. "We do not have friends in Torah culture," Kang said slowly. Sun's eyes widened. "Everyone needs friends, that's so sad." Without warning, she stepped forward and wrapped her small arms around Kang's leg in a hug. The other Torah warriors gasped and raised their weapons. This appeared to be an attack. But Kang felt something strange happen when the child touched him. A warm feeling spread through his body, and images flashed in his mind. Happiness, kindness, love. These were emotions the Torah had evolved beyond, centuries ago deemed unnecessary for a race of warriors.